Hello. Hi. We're gonna see what this reading brings, baby. But okay, the goal is to read our book of Joshua. We're getting into a new book. We wrapped up Deuteronomy yesterday, and now the idea is that we're going to be able to enter Joshua and read chapters 1 through 4, and then go into Psalm 65. That is the idea and the goal. We'll see how well my voice holds up for all of this. Yeah, that's what it'll be fine. God. Anyway, there was a devotional video. It's an overview about the book of Joshua. The link is in the description. You can watch it. It gives a little recap of where we've been and what we're going into. So in this book, Joshua leads Israel into the promised land after Moses' death, but the land is currently occupied by the Canaanites, and their journey ahead won't be easy. Okay. So Joshua just got his hand. Moses laid hands on him probably 30 days ago, right? Because they didn't move until after their 30 days of mourning was over for Moses, whatever. So the Lord's charge to Joshua. After the death of Moses, the Lord's servant, the Lord spoke to Joshua, son of Nun, Moses' assistant. He said, "Moses, my servant, is dead. Therefore, the time has come for you to lead these people, the Israelites, across the Jordan River into the land I am giving them. I promise you what I promised Moses. Wherever you set foot, you will be on land I have given you. From the Negev wilderness in the south of the Lebanon Mountains in the north, from the Euphrates River in the east to the Mediterranean Sea in the west, including all the lands of the Hittites. No one will be able to stand against you as long as you live, for I will be with you as I was with Moses. I will not fail you or abandon you. Be strong and courageous, for you are the one who will lead these people to possess all the land I swore to their ancestors I would give them. Be strong and very courageous. Be careful to obey all the instructions Moses gave you. Do not deviate from them, turning either to the right or to the left. Then you will be successful in everything you do. Study this book of instructions continually. Meditate on it day and night so you will be sure to obey everything written in it. Only then will you prosper and succeed in all you do. This is my command. Be strong and courageous. Do not fear or do not be afraid or discouraged." I feel like that's a message I need for my life right now. For the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. This is my command. This is the Lord's command. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged. Right? And I'm in the state of discouragement. Okay? I had a little talk with myself. Side note, right? I had a little talk with myself earlier about my goals and things that I wanted to accomplish and all the things I was trying to do. And I was like, it's kind of silly if you be setting these goals and you be setting these terms for yourself and then get discouraged by the goal you're going after, because that's counterintuitive, But like, how you gonna set the goal and then be like, I don't know if I can make it? So then I just had to really like think about that. Like, I had to keep thinking about that like over and over again. Like, I set the goal and then I get discouraged by the goal, and then like when I get discouraged, that's it. I'm in shutdown mode. I don't want to do nothing. Escapism is my route. Like, I just don't see it. Blinders activate. Like, I don't want to see the problems. I don't want to see the goals. I don't want to see the work I gotta do. I don't want to see none of it. And I'm doing like the bare minimum I can do to survive. But then it's like, yo, success, it takes courage. The fear, the discouragement, the worry, the disappointment, all of that needs to be contained and maintained as fuel, and not like as something that extinguishes you. I need to trip the wires of that mindset so that like I can just piece it together. It's be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged. For the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. And that's the other thing too that caught me, is like, yo, he's there. He's helping you. He's helping you. You've gone through too much, seen too much, survived too much to not be like, oh, he's not there. Is he around? He's there. He's helping you. He's giving you instructions. You know what you gotta do. But why? Like, what is the hesitation, the fear, and the discouragement? What is causing that to exist in you? So yeah, I felt like that was speaking to me, because like, really, what's causing it to be there? Like, why am I so damn discouraged? Like, I don't understand. But the goal seems so far out of reach. There's no buts. The goal seems out of reach, but that is because I set my goals in a spiritual alignment, not in my reality. I set my goals knowing that I'm a child of the Almighty, and so nothing was impossible. So like, head down and face it all. Just face the problems, face the day, face the issues, and face it one at a time. Face the work. You actually gotta do the work once you set the goal, right? Like, yes, the plan. We must do the plan. I'm gonna come back from my tangent now and hop back into the reading. Let me just highlight that real quick. Joshua's charge to the Israelites. Joshua then commanded the officers of Israel, go through the camp and tell the people to get their provisions ready. In 3 days you will cross the Jordan River and take possession of the land the Lord your God is giving you. Then Joshua called together the tribes of Reuben, Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh. He told them, remember what Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded you. The Lord your God is giving you a place of rest. He has given you this land. Your wives, children, and livestock may remain here in the land Moses assigned to you on the east side of the Jordan River. But your strong warriors, fully armed, must lead the other tribes across the Jordan to help them conquer their territory. Stay with them until the Lord gives them rest, as he has given you rest, and until they too possess the land the Lord your God is giving them. Only then may you return and settle here on the east side of the Jordan River in the land that Moses, the servant of the Lord, assigned to you." They answered Joshua, "We will do whatever you command us, and we will go wherever you send us. We will obey just as we obeyed Moses, and may the Lord your God be with you as he was with Moses. Anyone who rebels against your orders and does not obey your words and everything you command will be put to death. So be strong and courageous." Okay. That's not what I wanted. Okay, I'll note that later. It's fine. It's fine. Maybe instead of noting it, I'll actually just say it because I don't have a pen that works. So, I got to the final end of the sentence and I was like, maybe discouragement. Oh, yeah. Maybe the discouragement comes from not walking in the authority of God. Because right here, Josh was like, yo, they're like, yo, anyone who we're for you will listen, will obey, da-da-da. Will do so just as Moses has done, and we hope that God is with you just as God was with Moses. It's like feeling the authority to walk in God's will. that's maybe I'm liking that, but I don't know how you know when you're in the authority of the Lord. So like I'm just out here planning. And did I make these goals? No, I made those goals in spirit. I'm not even gonna debate that anymore. Like I'm done. Like sometimes you gotta double check whether or not you made a goal in spirit or if it was just in emotion. Like, am I emotionally attached to this goal? But I don't feel like that's the case. I know that's not the case. So I just have to activate the authority that's been placed within me, on me, for me, provided to me, and walk in that. And that way I can like manage the discouragement. I went to say that with more confidence than I actually did. Okay. Joshua 2. Rahab protects the spies. Then Joshua secretly sent out 2 spies from the Israelite camp at Acacia Grove. He instructed them, scout out the land on the other side of the Jordan River, especially around Jericho. So the 2 men set out and came to the house of a prostitute named Rahab and stayed there that night. But someone told the king of Jericho, "Some Israelites have come here tonight to spy out the land." So the king of Jericho sent out orders to Rahab, "Bring out the men who have come into your house, for they have come here to spy out the whole land." Rahab had hidden the 2 men, but she replied, "Yes, the men were here earlier, but I don't know where they were." Yes, the 2 men were here earlier, but I didn't know where they were from. They left the town at dusk as the gates were about to close. I don't know where they went. If you hurry, you can probably catch up with them. Actually, she had taken them up to the roof and hidden them beneath bundles of flax she had laid out. So the king's men went looking for the spies along the road leading to the shallow crossings of the Jordan River. And as soon as the king's men had left, the gate of Jericho was shut. Before the spies went to sleep that night, Rahab went up to the roof and to talk with them. I know the Lord has given you this land, she told them. We are all afraid of you. Everyone in this land is living in terror. For we have heard how the Lord made a dry path for you through the Red Sea when you left Egypt. And we know what you did to Sihon and Og, the two Amorite kings east of the Jordan River, whose people you completely destroyed. The Hebrew term here refers to the complete consecration of things or people to the Lord. Either by destroying them or giving them as an offering, whom you completely destroyed. No wonder our hearts have melted in fear. No one has the courage to fight after hearing such things, for the Lord your God is the supreme God of the heavens above and the earth below. Now swear to me by the Lord that you will be kind to me and my family, since I have helped you. Give me some guarantee that when Jericho is conquered, you will let me live, along with my father and mother, my brothers and sisters, and all their families. We offer our lives as a guarantee for your safety, the men agreed. If you don't betray us, we will keep our promise and be kind to you when the Lord gives us this land. Then, since Rahab's house was built into the town wall, Why would you Let me not question it. The house was built into the town wall. I don't know why you would build a house in the town. Or maybe the house came first, but then you could have just pushed the town wall back. Anyway, those two things merged, and the house and the town wall are one and the same. But then wouldn't you give that to a family of knights or something? Or wouldn't it be a guard house? Because the walls are meant to protect you. But also, is this allowed? This whole contract that they're making with Rahab. I have to go back. I have to go back. I'm gonna do that on my own time though, because I'm gonna do that on my own time though. But I'm pretty sure they were don't show them any concessions. Don't show them. What? I'll go back later. Let's just highlight this. The whole Rahab thing and her family and all that. Okay, so they all live, right? And they're we'll protect you as long as you don't betray us. And then we will be good. Joshua 2:15. Then, since Rahab's house was built into the town wall, she let them down by a rope through the window. Escape to the hill country, she told them. Hide there for 3 days from the men searching for you. Then, when they have returned, you can go on your way. Before they left, the men told her, "We will be bound by the oath we have taken only if you follow these instructions. When you come into the land, you must leave this scarlet rope hanging from..." Only if you follow these instructions. When we come into the land, you must leave this scarlet rope hanging from the window through which you let us know. Sorry. Right, hang the scarlet rope from the window we just came out of. And all your family members, your father, your mother, brothers, and all their relatives must be here inside the house. If they go out into the street and are killed, it will not be our fault, right? Because we don't know what they look like. But if anyone lays a hand on people inside this house, we will accept the responsibility of their death. If you betray us, however, we are not bound by this oath in any way. "I accept your terms," she replied. And she sent them on their way, leaving the scarlet rope hanging from the window. The spies went up into the hill country and stayed there 3 days. The men the men who were chasing them searched everywhere along the road, but they finally returned without success. The 2 spies came down from the hill country, crossed the Jordan River, and reported to Joshua all that had happened to them. "Then the Lord has given us the whole land," they said, "for all the people in the land are terrified of us." I mean, God said he would make everyone fear them. So it's also another thing, like, that just come to pass. And another thing he said that is the truth. The Israelites crossed the Jordan. Early the next morning, Joshua and all the Israelites left Acacia Grove and arrived at the banks of the Jordan River, where they camped before crossing. 3 days later, the Israelite officers went through the camp, giving these instructions to the people: "When you see the Levitical priests carrying the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord of your God, move out from your positions and follow them. Since you have never traveled this way before, they will guide you. Stay about half a mile behind them, keeping a clear distance between you and the ark. Make sure you don't come any closer." Then Joshua told the people, "Purify yourselves, for tomorrow the Lord will do great wonders among you." In the morning, Joshua said to the priests, "Lift up the Ark of the Covenant and lead the people across the river." And so they started out and went ahead of the people. The Lord told Joshua, "Today I will begin to make you a great leader in the eyes of all the Israelites. They will know that I am with you, just as I was with Moses. Give this command to the priests: carry the ark of the to the priests who carry the Ark of the Covenant. When you reach the banks of the Jordan River, take a few steps into the river and stop there." So Joshua told the Israelites, "Come and listen to what the Lord your God says. Today you will know that the living God is among you. He will surely drive out the Canaanites, Hittites, Hivites, Perizzites, Girgashites, Amorites, and Jebusites ahead of you. Look, the Ark of the Covenant, which belongs to the Lord of the whole earth, will lead you across the Jordan River. Now choose 12 men from the tribes of Israel, 1 from each tribe. The priests will carry the Ark of the Lord of the earth, the Lord of all the earth. As soon as their feet touch the water, the flow of the water will cut off upstream, and the river will stand up like a wall." So the people left their camp to cross the Jordan River, and the priests who were carrying the Ark of the Covenant went ahead of them. It was the harvest season, and the Jordan was overflowing its banks. But as soon as the feet of the priests who were carrying the Ark touched the water at the river's edge, the water above that point began backing up a great distance away at a town called Adam. The town was called Adam, which is near Zarephath. And the water below that point flowed on to the Dead Sea until the riverbank was dry. Then all the people crossed over near the town of Jericho. You think... I don't understand why the river's unguarded. Like, you think there are Israelite spies who've come to survey your land. Like, you get word of this, yeah? Oh my gosh, man. You get word that there are Israelite spies who come to survey your land. So you go to this house, you're hunting them down, you spend days doing this. Nothing, right? However, the whole tribe of Israel is armies deep, like, so they can't be camped out across the Jordan River how long is this river? They can't be camped out across this river without you seeing them. They're not moving in stealth. Are they moving in stealth? How is this river unguarded? There's actually a Jordan River. I want that one. I want, like, Bible things. Oh, he was baptized in Jordan. Okay. Don't look wrong. Well, okay, it's alright. So no one is watching the sea. Or what? Maybe someone's watching the sea? Meanwhile, the priests who were carrying the Ark of the Lord's Covenant stood on dry ground in the middle of the riverbed as the people passed by. They waited there until the whole nation of Israel had crossed the Jordan on dry ground. See, at least when Moses did this at the Red Sea, Pharaoh was chasing them. Like, there were people against them. There's a whole nation on the other side of this Jordan. They're suspicious of what the Israelites' activity is. They're wary of them coming for war and to claim the land. They're alert. Yet no one's watching this river? Like, maybe someone is watching the river. It's like, maybe I'll find that out later. Was someone watching as the Israelites crossed the Jordan? Memorials to the Jordan crossing. When all the people had crossed the Jordan, the Lord said to Joshua, "Now choose 12 men, one from each tribe. Take 12 stones from the very place where the priests are standing in the middle of the Jordan. Carry them out and pile them up at the place where you will camp tonight." So Joshua called together the 12 men he had chosen, one from each of the tribes of Israel. He told them, "Go into the middle of the Jordan, in front of the ark of the Lord your God. Each of you must pick up one stone and carry it out on your shoulder, 12 stones in all, one for each of the 12 tribes of Israel. We will use these stones to build a memorial. In the future, your children will ask, 'What do these stones mean?' Then you will tell them, 'They remind us that the Jordan River stopped flowing when the Ark of the Lord's Covenant went across. These stones will stand as a memorial among the people of Israel forever.'" So the men did as Joshua had commanded them. They took stones from the middle of the Jordan River, one for each tribe, just as the Lord had told Joshua. They carried them to the place where they camped for the night and constructed the memorial there. Joshua also set up another pile of 12 stones in the middle of the Jordan at the place where the priests who carried the Ark of the Covenant were standing, and they are there to this day. The priests who were carrying the ark stood in the middle of the Jordan until all the Lord's commands that Moses had given to Joshua were carried out. Meanwhile, the people hurried across the riverbed. And when everyone was safely on the other side, the priests crossed over with the ark of the Lord as the people watched. The armed warriors from the tribes of Reuben, Gad, and half the tribe of Manasseh led the Israelites across the Jordan, just as Moses had directed. These armed men, about 40,000 strong, were ready for battle. The Lord was with them as they crossed over to the plains of Jericho. That day the Lord made Joshua a great leader in the eyes of all the Israelites, and for the rest of his life they revered him as much as they had revered Moses. The Lord had said to Joshua, "Command the priests carrying the Ark of the Covenant to come out of the riverbed." So Joshua gave the command. As soon as the priests carrying the Ark of the Lord's covenant came up out of the Jordan, out of the riverbed, and their feet were on high ground, the water of the Jordan returned and overflowed its banks as before. The people crossed the Jordan on the 10th day of the first month. Then they camped at Gilgal, just east of Jericho. It was there at Gilgal that Joshua piled up the 12 stones taken from the Jordan River. Then Joshua said to the Israelites, "In the future your children will ask, 'What do these stones mean?' Then you will tell them, 'This is where the Israelites crossed the Jordan on dry ground. For the Lord your God dried up the river right before your eyes, and he kept it dry until you were all across, just as he did at the Red Sea. Then he dried it up until we had crossed over." And so we had all crossed over. He did this so all the nations of the earth might know that the Lord's hand is powerful, so that you might fear the Lord your God forever. And that is that. See, God knows how to empower his people. How to make his leaders leaders, you know? Psalm 65 for the choir director, a song. A psalm of David. I was like, a song of what? What mighty praise, O God, belongs to you in Zion. We will fulfill our vows to you, for you answer our prayers. All of us must come to you. Though we are overwhelmed by our sins, you forgive them all. What joys for those who choose to bring near, those who live in your holy courts. What festivities await us inside your holy temple. You faithfully answer our prayers with awesome deeds, O God, our Savior. You are the hope of everyone on earth, even those who sail on distant seas. You formed the mountains by your power and armed yourself with mighty strength. You quieted the raging oceans with their pounding waves and silenced the shouting of the nations. Those who live at the ends of the earth stand in awe of your wonders. From where the sun rises to where it sets, you inspire shouts of joy. You take care of the earth and water it, making it rich and fertile. The river of God has plenty of water. It provides a bountiful harvest of grain. You have ordered it so. You drenched the plowed ground with rain, melting the clods and leveling the ridges. You softened the earth with showers and blessed its abundant crops. You crown the year with a bountiful harvest. Even the hard pathways overflow with abundance. The grasslands of the wilderness become a lush pasture, and the hillsides blossom with joy. The meadows are clothed with flocks of sheep, and the valleys are carpeted with grain. They all shout and sing for joy. David was such a romanticist. I think all poets have that ability, though, to romanticize things just a little bit. I have some work to do. I have work to do mainly on my mindset. And then I have research to do about authority, godly spiritual authority, and how to command that. Not to command it necessarily, but to know that I'm walking in a line with wills set beside me. And it's choose. You keep like, people are like, oh, find your purpose, your purpose, figure out what your purpose is. Fair. Purpose is definitely a thing. But it's not just given to you. Like, Moses' purpose was called out to him from a bush. It was given to him. Joshua's purpose was given to him. Yes, he earned it by showing faith and saying da. But no, it's like he wasn't in there scouting going, I'm gonna be the leader. I'm gonna be the leader of all Israel. I'm gonna be the second Moses. I'm gonna be the next Moses. That's not what it was given to him. But in lieu of my burning bush, I need to consecrate, honestly. I need to consecrate myself and my goals and my life vision and put all the other worries, like, legit block them. I don't want to keep worrying about them. Like, I don't want to keep thinking about the same things over and over again. I don't want to keep feeling like I'm getting caught in the same traps over and over again. Like, the devil is a strategist, but he's a lazy one. So, like, once I'm done, like, once I've worked through these roadblocks, I don't want to be here again. I just don't want to be working on the same roadblocks over and over again. That's not how I see my life going. That's the refusal that I'm making in the name of the Lord. I'm not going to keep getting trapped by these same roadblocks. Yeah, I got work to do. So until tomorrow, bye-bye. Kind of feels like an awkward place to stop, but it is what it is.